everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. This is episode 32, and we find ourselves on the main menu today instead of in the game like normal, because we just have some concerns to address. I have received a communique from some concerned citizens about the party banter. Okay, so we're just going to address it, we're going to squash it, and we'll be able to move on, and hopefully things will improve. So it's currently on a 3 to 7 minute timer. I believe the default is 10 to 15 minutes. The banter does trigger. Unfortunately, there are things that get in the way of it, I think. There's objectives, battle, whatever. I think the game can be a little bit annoying with it, especially like fast traveling and such. But the party banter will trigger while you're sprinting, so that's not a concern. I'll showcase it in this episode. The party banter should trigger after battle, and it has, but maybe it should do it more. Maybe if we apply a shorter timer, it'll be more effective. Who knows? But we'll try and figure it out. I don't want to exhaust the banter too quickly, you know? Run that well dry. This feels like it's going to be a long experience, so you don't want to like have them all just every episode always talking and then they'll run out of things to say, but we'll see how we go. For the sake of just testing that it's working, we're going to do 10 to 30 seconds on the banter, so they'll probably just be yapping, and that won't give me much opportunity to talk myself, but we'll see how we go. I also have the option for 2 to 5 minutes, which probably seems a little bit more sensible, and yeah, like I said, it was on 3 to 7 minutes before. I'm confident that it's working and been working, but who knows? Maybe all we need to do is fix it is just shuffle it around a bit and then see how we go. But nothing that we've been doing so far in terms of like sprinting has affected it. It's just a matter of unfortunate timing, I think. But maybe doing a refresh, applying the 10 to 30 second mod will like sort of smack the game sensible and you'll get more party banter. But it hasn't felt super rare for me. Like it does pop up, but we'll have it pop up more and then we'll adjust as necessary. I feel like 2 to 5 minutes is probably going to be our sweet spot, just to get it to drop a little bit more frequently, but not too much. But let's jump into the episode with that out of the way, and we'll see how the party banter goes on 10 to 30 seconds. I can feel it. Here it comes.
What is that horrendous smell?
Nothing.
Where is it coming from?
Nowhere.
There we go. There's your banter. Sarah farted in Vivian's general direction, and I love her for that. There you go. Congratulations, everybody. The party banter has been working as intended this whole time. It's just all about the fact that it just gets interrupted.
Sarah, I noticed one of my books is missing.
Ask that thing. It touches everything.
Cole didn't take it.
Right, which one?
The one with all the illustrations.
Oh, that one was full on. I threw it under your bed.
You don't know how to ask permission first?
Fine. Please can I not find more of your mucky little books? Drawings, ew.
I think that's in reference to Cassandra's little smutty books, right? And Sarah's like, whoa, what is this? I imagine she has a similar reaction to like Ellie from Last of Us, which is like, whoa, with the magazine. So there you go. Do we want this? Do we want characters incessantly talking shit to the point where I can't talk to you anymore? Or do we want to put it on a sensible timer, you know, where they will talk eventually over the course of what feels like a very, very long game, you know? We don't want to burn through the dialogue immediately. We're at episode 32, right? And like looking at the map and looking at, there are full locations we haven't even visited. There's full quest lines we haven't even done. Like this definitely feels like this game will overcome and exceed the Dragon Age Origins playthrough in episode length. So like, we just patience, you know? We'll eventually get through companion dialogue. We'll eventually take different people out for little field trips. People will interact with each other. It's going to be a long playthrough. We can't do everything at once, you know, just that sort of thing. And this is just like an experiment of now we'll have the characters just talk to each other probably a little too much just to showcase the fact that it's working. But I would definitely, I have to pause now just in case they start talking, just to ask for a little bit of patience on your part of like, why aren't you bringing X character with X character? Why are you ignoring X character? I would just get around to it, you know, just for that direct little communication, because it has been passed on that there is a lot of party banter concerns. So I just wanted to squash those now, and hopefully we can move on and enjoy the ride, you know? I love you all. Thank you so much for the passionate support and mounting a passionate defense against the party banter, but we should be good. We should be good. Now, we're in the Emerald Graves. We've got to establish camps. We've got one more red lyrium to crush somewhere. There it is, up there. And we're going to enjoy the Emerald Graves, and we'll probably head to this camp, and we might change our party setup a little bit. I might put Solus back in the party because he might have some elvish things to talk about. I mean, so far, every time I've brought him to a place, he's kind of been a little bit silent. But, you know, there's not much that we can do about that, I suppose. So let's establish some camps. And let's
you shouldn't make
crush some
fun of people being
objectives.
scared of magic just because you can scare them back.
I take it you think I'm frightening.
Not naked, you're well fit, but all armored up and fierce. What do you think some stable boy sees?
A seeker on the side of righteousness.
Here's what I learned in the alleys. Ah, mages. Ah, Templars. Ah, Tevinters. Ah, hungry. When you're little, everything is ah!
I really like
Were you well
her
acquainted with Divine Justinia, Cassandra?
I cannot claim.
back-to-back dialogue. Dude, it's a bit too much.
To have known her well. Few can, except perhaps Liliana.
I envy even your slight acquaintance. By reputation, she was a formidable woman.
Justinia was a visionary. The Grand Clerics would never have chosen her had they known her intentions. And now they will never find someone to fill her shoes.
Oh, they will, darling. Even if they have to trim off her toes and heels to fit.
There you go. So sometimes there will even be back-to-back dialogue. And I don't get to talk about the previous one. I really like Sarah's like, when you're a little person, everything's like, ah! I can't even escape from this place. I might fast travel because I think we dropped into this location. So we're going to fast travel. We'll get out of here. And then I guess we'll just keep running with this party.
I wonder, Cassandra, that you did not put yourself forward to lead the Inquisition while Divine Justinia was forming it.
The Divine wanted a heroic figure all of Thedas could rally behind.
How do you fall short of that description, my dear? Did you not single-handedly save the capital of Orlais?
That was hardly single-handed, Vivian.
Yet still heroic. Many in the Empire remember you fondly.
A perception that would last until the moment they met me, I assure you.
Sometimes it still takes a while for my sound effects and my magic to kick in, though. That hasn't changed.
Make it take you!
That warrior died!
Die!
Get your men out on the roads and hunt down those Inquisition bastards. We're losing the Emerald Graves. Have you forgotten what we're fighting for? Everything we do for our future and for Orlais. An unsigned message. Villa Morel's taken. Malafant's gone. We're losing our grip. What now? The men are starting to bulk, talking about giving up.
I've heard things about you, Vivi.
It is properly Madame Vivienne, official mage to the Imperial Court.
Yes, that's what I heard. Not the title, the snotty bit.
However shall I recover from your condemnation?
You're still doing it. Can you even shut it off?
For you, my dear, no.
What was she like? The Divine, I mean. Was she as pretty as her plates?
Pretty as her what?
Her plates with her portrait on. They sold them down the shops in Val Royeaux. You'd see them on walls a lot. Cost a bundle and you couldn't even eat off them. Well, part of them. The yellowy-brown paint's poisonous. Had to keep your mash off her eyes.
They put Most Holy's portrait on plates.
Okay. We're going to put it back on 2 to 5 minutes. Well, it was on 3 to 7, but I'm going to put it on 2 to 5 minutes, okay? Because this is excessive. Do you see what I'm talking about? I think it was fine before because it was going to healthily drip feed us party banter over the course of the playthrough. But I think I will go through every single character's party banter in one episode if I keep it this way, and I will not be able to even retain the information because it's like 3 conversations happening at once. Okay? It's a bit too much. So I'm going to put it on 2 to 5 minutes. It's going to work. Okay? And then we will listen as it comes and we'll be able to talk and react to it and everything will be beautiful. Okay?
You good yet, Cassandra? Can you tell me what she was like?
Who? Oh, the Divine. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not used to such unorthodox displays of faith. Most Holy was a visionary. I served as her right hand, and would have done so as long as she needed me.
But you didn't know her.
I just said I served as her right hand.
Fine, whatever, I'll ask Leliana. You can tell there was something with those two. Family pain there.
And that one, I just wanted to quickly include just to let you know that the dash does not get in the way of the party banter either. That seemed to have been a popular frustration as well, I've been told. The sprinting will still trigger party banter. So that's not one of the sources of interruption. It's still working as intended. A widow's woe. My Robert died last week, victim to men who once wore the colours of our beloved Empress. His remains were burned as our chantry bids, and his last wish was to have his ashes scattered on the plateau that overlooks the Great Wood. But brigands and traitors have taken these woods, and I cannot fulfill his wish. This is as far as I go. But there are good-hearted souls in this world, and I pray the Maker sends us one who may journey where I cannot. Andraste will look well upon one who hears a widow's plea, with broken heart, widow Karen. Scatter Robert's ashes. Andraste's strength. Andraste's path was difficult, as was ours, but we did not falter as she did not, and we will be rewarded just as she was, from a sermon given by Sister Amity. Okay, we got the double dip, we got a rift and an exclamation mark over this way. If only I could just gain the power of flight so I could ascend past these, up these cliff sites. Just give me the... I've got magic. Why can I not fly? We've got a deluded Chevalier over here. There's a Freeman sniper. Hello? Do you have August? I'm looking for an August. Anyone got an August?
One down.
When Samson made this deal, we promised you the Dales if you could hold them and keep the roads open for our supplies. Too difficult a concept to grasp, I see. Enough of your fumbling. The Red Templars will deal with the Inquisition. Knight Captain Carroll. Nice. One more ancient writing to go. The fuck? Goddamn machine gun over there. Get spirit bladed. God, I get to be like Gandalf, man. With the sword and the staff. What's Gandalf's sword's name? It's like I think it starts with a G. I feel like it starts with a G. The Inquisition has no power here, he screams, as we burn them all. You guys are doing so well. Excuse me, can I come in? Thank you. Am I interrupting anything?
Worth a look around, right?
Oh, rift power! Sorry, it's just you now. Getting up close and personal as a mage is kind of funny. I mean, Vivian's doing it too.
This was one of the people troubling those cave rats.
Ooh, a mysterious chateau. Ah, sketch of the chateau courtyard. Okay. Bird. Water. And 3 thingies.
Stop pointing that at me.
What are you talking about? My weapon's nowhere near.
Your face. That sobby pity face. Why are you aiming it at me?
I know what happened at Adamant troubled you. If you ever wish to talk.
The Inquisitor came back. That's all that matters. Maybe it's you who's still shaky. Everyone just needs to not think about it and feel better.
You're right. I do feel better now.
Wonderful. Good chat. Sir August messages. Philida, I hope you are well and adjusting. This is now your home. The Imperial Army did not appreciate you. Your Empress used you for her own purposes. Forget her. Remember, you are no deserter. You are free. Cassandra tried, and Sarah deflected, as she usually does. August, might I remind you that none of us really understand these heathen etchings? We're going as fast as we can. I would add that some of the men are uneasy about the whole thing. You know, the stories of elven curses. This weapon you believe hidden here better be worth it. Gale. Alright, what am I searching for? Mosaic piece. Am I right on top of it? Oh, it's... okay. It's outside? Can I get out the window? No? Okay. Vivian can teleport through walls. She's really fast. Where is this thing? Okay. Hello? Ah, there it is. Bottle of Thetis. Absence. I'm aware of how to spell it. This bottling reflects my wish that the current crop of behatted, self-styled cads would disappear. I preferred La Fille Verte as spirit, not affectation. Distiller Emeritus Gavon. Oui, oui. Arashock Battle Axe. Oh yes, and then August gave us the whale. but it's blue, so I don't think that gives us any flavor text. Let's go get some smuggler notes. And there's an Astrarium over this way as well.
I do hope you intend to rebuild your Seekers, Cassandra.
Rebuilding is not enough. I would see the Seekers forged into something greater than what they were.
I'm pleased to hear it, my dear. With the Templars all but lost, we'll need someone to deal with dangerous magic.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see what you're getting at, Viv. I see what you're getting at. Oh, I think we found the Astrarium door. Because there's 1, 2, 3. We found the Astrarium door. Remember how exciting it was, guys, when we were on the Storm Coast? We were like, oh my god, secrets! There's a secret door! And I'm like keeping a note of things, and then like you just do the Astrariums and it marks it on your map, and you're like, yes, never mind. I think I've been playing games where you have to like make note of things, and then I forget that there are games that just don't make you go through that that mental turmoil. They're just like, we'll just tell you where it is. It's okay. A lot of games that I've played on the channel recently that are all like, you know, I just realized something. I just realized something. We haven't had Sarah in our party in like properly in such a long time that I realized that I specifically bought a Tactician's Renewals for her. I haven't used it yet because she is supposed to get decked out with archery points. She still has all her dagger abilities. I was just looking at that being like, wait, hold the phone. I have actually prevented Sarah from properly doing things. Okay. There you go. Let me just fix this real quick. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Isn't it? Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Perfect. Let's max out that tree. Then you can do your cool stuff here as well. This is so interesting though, like the 1,000 cuts thing. Will it just automatically do it without her having daggers equipped, you know? I'm a little bit curious about that. I'm a bit curious about that. Alright, that's what we're doing. Let me fix Sarah's character tree up there. And I'll actually allow her to have her archery skills all done. Oopsie. Alright, nice. Good show. Yeah, I think the previous times I popped Sarah in my party, we were just going through Valreo, so I wasn't even paying attention on a combat level whenever I was putting points in. And then I'm like, okay. The archery lady with all the dagger skills while wielding a bow, but also has a dagger ultimate ability. Make it make sense. Now, I don't know what we're doing here, but there's an Astrarium, so we'll complete this, and then we'll be on the lookout for this smuggler letter. Alright, let's connect the dots, baby. Oh, this is oh, it's a horsey. Okay. Let's see, where are we going? Where are we going for horses? I feel like it has to end on a leg. It has to end on a leg. Because there's no way out once you start. So you got to start on a leg and end on a leg. Yeah, I just did it. Okay, I just did it. I just did it in my head. Okay. So we got to go around. And make it a horsey. And then you do this. Almost went the wrong way. Horse. Equinor, referred to as the stallion in common parlance, the constellation Equinor has historically been depicted either as a rearing horse or a seated griffin. Some scholars speculate that the constellation's original image was that of a hala, which could indicate a deliberate supplantation of the constellation's original representation of Gilane, the elven goddess also known as Mother of the Hala. However, as horses had great significance to early Neromian culture, from which the ancient Imperium descended, this speculation is largely considered unfounded. Okay. Boom. Blue laser beam. Let's go get that smuggler letter. I see a trade cart and I see some people. Look at that, right on the objective marker. Hey! Being a mage. Being a mage is something else. To Master Kells. The new client wants double the red lyrium shipped last time. The contact said it was for someone called Samson. I met him during the last trip. Got a Templar feel off him, although the armor he wears doesn't look chantry. Still, his coin's good and he doesn't preach. Toby.
Another letter on the smugglers, referring to Samson.
Yes. Coincidence? There we go. Victims of war. With all the Freeman leaders dead, Fairbanks and his people should feel a lot safer in the Emerald Graves. True. Alright, we'll do that. And I'll take this opportunity to change my party around as well.
You saved my people. We'd given them up for dead. Perhaps the stories are true.
We definitely spoke about these?
I need to be going.
I'll be here.
But I have to speak to you. Okay, maybe I need to say Freeman of the Dales, actually.
Any news, Inquisitor?
I would.
The Freemen have been defeated.
They hurt so many of my people. Now it's finally over. Thank you. Perhaps with the Freemen gone, we can find a proper home. Algon's Lodge was always well situated. Inquisitor.
I need to be going.
I'll be here.
Okay, I just had to talk to you twice. There we go. Alright, that's done. Agent acquired. Nice. Can I change my party here? Or is it just a fast travel spot? There's a question mark, so I guess we'll go and investigate that while I'm here.
Everyone, look away. I need to find a place to pee.
Could you be more of an embarrassment in what the Inquisitor and I are trying to accomplish?
Everyone look over here. Vivian needs to pee.
Good day to you.
The fact that also Sarah's invisible anyway. Oh, I love that. What the Inquisitor and I are trying to accomplish. You put yourself up on, like, as my right-hand woman or something? What the Inquisitor and I are trying to accomplish? Okay.
Inquisitor, you saved Gertrude and the others. Thank you so much. This is bold of me, but if I could have a moment.
I'd like to know more about you and the rest of the people here.
Most of us are simple folk. Farmers, fishermen. Jolene over there is a smith. Just people trying to escape the war.
What else do you know about Fairbanks?
He is a good man. He found us when we most needed him. He kept us safe. He doesn't like to talk about himself, so I actually don't know much about him.
Okay. What do you need?
I'm here. What do you need?
This is about Fairbanks. There is a rumor that he is of noble blood. Once the war is over, many of us will return to serve our lords, to work their fields, raise their brats. Most of the aristocracy know little of the lives of commoners. They care nothing for us. Fairbanks is different. He is a great man. There is much he could do if he had the power. If the rumor is true, if Fairbanks is noble and we have proof... Do you see what I'm saying?
Does Fairbanks know about this rumor?
He doesn't like it. And he won't let me discuss it. Stubborn ass.
Okay. Oh.
This rumor about Fairbanks being noble, what do you want me to do about it?
Oh, I don't mean to impose, but you travel all over the Dales, don't you? Perhaps if you found something that could help. I've written everything I know in my journal. You can look at it.
It's a little bit annoying sometimes how the game will give you special option. Like I could talk to Vivian there and investigate. And then there have been situations in the game so far where we have picked the special one and then we have not been able to investigate. That happened with a conversation with Dorian. And then there's times where you go, cool, all right, I've learned my lesson. I will investigate first and then pick the special one, and then the special one disappears. I wish to strangle the game.
This rumor about
Perhaps I've written everything I know in my journal.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah, it's just like, please. Game? Consistency. I really respect that. Clara's journal. Clara writes mainly about life at Watcher's Reach. Her curiosity about Fairbanks is interspersed between detailed descriptions of foraging excursions. I saw Fairbanks looking at an old gold medallion as I walked past him. It bore the image of some kind of bird and the motto, "To the sun on blessed wings." Odd. Sic parvis magna. The old elf Calder has such stories. He talks about how Fairbanks helped people even before the war. Calder says there's some who think Fairbanks is actually of noble blood, not a commoner like he claims. I wonder if that has anything to do with the medallion. I pestered Calder some more to make me stop asking. He told me the story of the Lamarck family. Lord Giraud Lamarck's only daughter fell in love with a chevalier in service of Lord Giraud's enemy and ended up with his child. Lord Giraud was furious and turned Bernice out of their home and then had her lover assassinated. Awful. Bernice never returned to her father and fled to the Dales. Her child was stillborn, but Lord Giraud eventually regretted what he had done and on his deathbed left all his lands and titles to her and all her offspring. Why would he have done that if he was certain the child died? I can't stop thinking about it. What if Fairbanks is really the Lamarck baby? Imagine all the good he could do if he was noble and inherited that fortune. But having him reinstated will take proof. After all I've heard of the Council of Heralds, there can be no doubt. Maybe the medallion? But anyone could have a trinket like that. There could be something here in the Dales to help me prove it, but I wouldn't know where to start. Okay. New quest just dropped. I think my favorite thing about this game is when you, like, systematically go from objective to objective and you're like, hell yeah, look at this progress. I'm clearing it out. It's looking empty over there, so I can go over here. And then you go to a camp and then the character says, hey, do you remember all those places you just went? Can you go through there again? For me? Pretty please? Can you go back? I'm like, yes. Because I have to. Draw out the Red Templar Lieutenant operation available. Which reminds me, oh my god. This was such a weird and unique start to a Dragon Age Inquisition episode that we didn't start it with our tradition of the war table. So there are operations to check on and people to send on operations. We've broken the tradition of starting an episode with a war table. And instead we started it by addressing a party banter controversy. So we're going to run through here.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor. And it sounds like so much effort to say Inquisitor in that way. I don't envy them. Hiya! I wish I could do it, but it's just too hard. To be your legion is to be a skilled linguist. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, well, where's the real operation to check in? There it is. Red Jenny. I sent word to several comrades. Knowing or not, the merchants behind the Venatori caravan have now lost most of their worth because of it. The Red Jenny charade is watching to see where they scatter. Cool. Wonderful. Let's have a look. We have an operation, which is draw out the Red Templar Lieutenant. Looks like Fairbanks was good on his word. The freemen were helping the Red Templars smuggle red lyrium through the Dales. In exchange, they received gold and supplies, which was to go towards the furtherance of their cause. Their hopes were fueled, then exploited. We can end this by drawing out the Red Templars responsible for encouraging freeman activity. The Red Templars know we've taken out the leaders, but the freemen were all over the Dales. Will pose as a surviving freeman cell and re-establish connection with the Red Templars. Amazing. The Red Templars have already sent reinforcements to the Emerald Graves to protect their operation, capture some of these reinforcements, deny them lyrium long enough and they'll talk. I feel like this is cool.
Let's see what we have.
Hello, Red Templars? Can you tell me what to do, please? And then I don't think there's anything else that's waiting for us. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. I don't need resources right now, and they only take like 10 minutes, so it's fine. And now I remember why we didn't have an operation at the beginning of the episode, because there wasn't really much of an operation to do. So that's fine. Let's head back out into the Emerald Graves and take a new party with us. We'll mix up the arrangement. I was trying to get... Who was I trying to get to talk more? Because these two haven't spoken, and I don't think any of them have spoken with Solus at all. So I'll bring a double mage and a warrior setup for the Bants. See what they have to say to each other. Hopefully Solus will go, wow, look at all this elven stuff. Darath Shiral. You know? That's all we can hope for. Let's search for noble stuff. Seeing as it's around the area. Proof of Fairbanks' nobility. There's a lot of walls in my way.
We should search the area.
An old painting in a carved wooden frame. Paint has rubbed off in some places, carved into the back of the frame. Lord Giro Limark. The portrait shows the Lord as he must have looked over 40 years ago. He bears a striking resemblance to Fairbanks. Uh-oh. What if we go through all this stuff and everything that we find is just so painfully clear that it's Fairbanks, but then it turns out that it's not him for some reason. Like, it's a convenience. Leave me be. Hey guys, anyone a rogue? Anyone wanna bash this door down? Why can't you destroy doors, man? Oh, there's two. Imagine if one of them was unlocked. Big fist. Where we're going, we don't need rogues. Huh. Huh. Okay. I'm just going to accept that that happened. That was a frustrated spell cast that actually worked. Gotcha. Very fucking weird. Okay, so alright. You don't need a warrior for anything. You don't even need a rogue. A mages can do everything. Well, actually, it needs to be that ability. Stone Fist. Veil Strike. No? Isn't that? Oh, I thought that was Stone Fist. Is that called Veil Strike? Oh, it's Veil Strike. Oh, I thought I was using Stone Fist. Because I thought that would be like a funny, like, okay. He doesn't even have room for it. That's different. That's pretty funny. Okay. That's stupid. Alright, well. Alright.
I take it you study spirits.
I thought that I was using rock attack. Turns out Veil Fist can do it. Does that mean that any big strong attack that's a spell can do it as well? Or is it just that one? Curious. So maybe you can do that on warrior walls as well. And then mages can just destroy the red lyrium by attacking it over and over. Fuck it. You don't even need warriors or rogues. You can have a mage only party.
I do. Back in my homeland, we keep spirits as servants.
So I have been told.
The things they can be made to do are quite marvelous. You should see them.
The Tevinter Imperium is not the safest place for an elf.
Ah, yes. Point taken.
Is there a reason why Dorian thought that would be a great point of conversation to have? Hey, we keep spirits as slaves. You should come see them in the Tevinter Imperium. It'd be really cool, dude. Read the room, man. The shipments are prepared, and once again the rats from Watcher's Reach are getting in my way. One woman got far enough into my camp to look in the crates, scrounging for food, no doubt. Sneaky little peasants. Perhaps traps next time? Yeah. What is this? A midwife's journal. The time-worn diary was found amongst more valuable items. It is bound in leather and has a solid silver trim, which might be why it was saved. A few entries can still be made out. This has been the coldest winter I can remember. Even the river is frozen. No one should be out there, not in this blizzard. So you can imagine my surprise when there was a knock at my gate. A young woman. She's looking for the Fairbanks cottage. No. It's such a cliche. The orphan is just named after a location. I go out. I say to her, nothing fair about this weather. Huh? But yes, you're at the right place. She throws back her cloak and I see she is heavy, less than 2 weeks away. Please help. She's almost in tears. I bring her into the house and sit her by the fire with some tea and slippers. She is young, not more than 20. Her hands are smooth. They've not seen a day of work in her life. Her clothes are travel-stained, but fine. The cloak must be worth at least 50 royals. Beautiful blue, trimmed with fox fur. Her name is Bernice, but she won't say more. Many girls come here not wanting to say who they are. I understand. Bernice has had the baby, a boy, healthy, full head of hair. She named him Everest. She tried to pay me with a heavy gold locket, a falcon on its face. I asked her what it was. It looks valuable. She says it's her father's, and she doesn't care to have it anymore. I tell her she might not, but her son might one day want to know where he's from. A new year. Bernice should be healthy enough to leave, but it is still cold, and I just cannot turn her out. I will ask her to stay and be my assistant. I have needed help for a while. My fingers are not as nimble as they used to be. Clever girl. She will make a fine apprentice. Well, I mean, that about seals the deal. What do we call him? Fairbanks. Ah, that's a bit uninspired, isn't it? Yes, well, what are you going to do? Alright, now we travel to this lodge. We'll get the final piece of nobility. Next time, I think I'm actually going to try a warrior. And I'm going to see if maybe a warrior, there's a... Oh, mighty blow. Look, it's a fist symbol. Next time we come across a locked door, I'm going to try Mighty Blow as a warrior. And we'll see if that opens the door as well. Because that changes things dramatically. All those guys, all those times with those locked doors. If only I just knew how to use Veil Strike, of all things. Oh god, hello guys. You don't mind if I intrude? I'm searching for something. Haha! Alright, ready? Requires a rogue. Aha! I think not. No! No! It actually works. This whole time. It's even more surprising the second time. We have multiple ways to be able to do things. Holy shit. Genius! Mighty... anything with a fist actually works. What a happy situation for us. Orlais, Heraldry and Symbolism. This book offers a comprehensive look at the well-known noble bloodlines of Orlais. Of interest are a few lines in the entry on the House of Lemarque. Ami Lemarque established this ancient house in the time of Emperor Cordillus Draken. Sadly, the bloodline ended with Lord Giraud Lemarque, who disowned his only daughter, Bernice. The shield of Lemarque bears a falcon volant on a field of sky blue and gold. The house's motto is, "To the sun on blessed wings." Seals the deal, baby. He's a noble man. Not many people take the road west into Perendale for the sake of pleasure. Few living things inhabit the rocky countryside, save for silver miners, wyverns, and an astoundingly pugnacious breed of mountain goat. In far-off days, the mountains around the city were full of dragons, and perhaps this was what brought it to the attention of the Penteghast kings. Certainly, it was not the goats. Although the region has belonged to Navarra since the late Blessed Age, travellers here will find much that reminds them of a provincial Orlesian town. A great carving depicting the lion slaying the dragon adorns Perendale's gate, and many Orlesian lions decorate the city's buildings. And there are still many citizens who cling to the hope that the Empress will restore the city to the Empire. Historians mostly agree that it was not the dragon, nor the silver, and certainly not the goats that began centuries of warfare between Orlais and Navarra. It was Emperor Etienne Valmont and the Pentaghasts. In the 82nd year of the Storm Age, the Penteghast family, fresh on the throne again for the first time in generations, and eager to build up alliances lost by the Van Markham dynasty, approached the Emperor to solidify a peace treaty through marriage. The Emperor, who was under great pressure to produce an heir, set aside his Empress of 17 years and wed Princess Soteria Penteghast, theoretically cementing a promise of peace and cooperation between Navarra and Orlais. Promises are hard to keep. By the 97th year of the Storm Age, Soteria was still childless, and the Emperor sent her to a cloister so that he might marry his mistress. As anyone other than Etienne might have predicted, the Navarrans took this poorly. Angry letters arrived in the Imperial Palace by the cartload. A small war party of Pentaghasts rode into Orlais and reclaimed Princess Soteria, but the Navarrans did not take military action yet. They were strategists and knew to bide their time. In the 46th year of the Blessed Age, while most of the Orlesian army was committed to a war in Ferelden, the Pentaghasts began their war against Orlais. The Orlesians rallied a defense and drove the Navarrans from Ghislaine and Arlesans, but at the cost of much of their northern territory. Perendale was lost, never recovered, a lingering sign that peace between the two nations was impossible. Nice. Some of that Penteghast lore. Right, well... Oh, everyone's moved. They've moved house. Because they said that that lodge looked nice, didn't it? Interesting. Yeah, Fairbanks is here. Present proof...
I hear you've been investigating. I'll be here.
Shh. Present proof of Fairbanks' nobility to an interested party. So I can present it to either Clara or to Fairbanks. I have a choice. Or can I do it to both? Unsure. Save? I love that immediately he's like, I hear you're investigating this. Like, how do you know?
I'm standing because of you. I've little to give, but I'll always be grateful.
Cole approves.
The Inquisition will always be welcome here.
How did you end up in the Viridium mine?
Oh. We desperately needed supplies, and tried to steal some from the freemen. The mine didn't seem well guarded, and I used to be in the militia in my home village. I don't know why we weren't killed. I do remember Sister Costeau talking about sending us to the Emprise de Lyon. Maybe I was mistaken. I can't imagine what they'd do with us there.
Emprise de Lyon.
Good day to you, Inquisitor.
This rumor about Fairbanks being noble, what do you want me to do about it?
Oh, I don't... Perhaps if you... I've written everything I know in my journal. You can look at it.
You were right. Fairbanks is noble by birth. Fairbanks is not even his real name.
Let me see. Évariste Lemarque. I knew it from the start. I know just who to give this to. This will be enough to make the council sit up and take notes. I'll send this on as soon as possible. Thank you, Inquisitor.
I feel like this robs Fairbanks of his own choice of discovering his identity.
How do your people put on shirts?
We don't, usually. It's pretty hot where we come from. But I can get into anything with a loose collar. Just gotta ease one horn through and then angle it up. There's a term for getting caught unprepared that translates to running around with clothing stuck on your horns.
Colorful.
Colorful. Okay. Solus asking a question of Ironbull. Nice. I like that. Yeah, I feel like this robs Fairbanks of like the discovery by going straight to Clara, and she's like, I'll pass this on immediately. It's like, you're not going to involve Fairbanks in this? Like, he doesn't even know. That feels like weird, right? Like Clara wouldn't go, hey, let's talk to Fairbanks about this. She just goes, let's get this show on the road.
Inquisitor.
I can't even talk to him about it. Wow. I actually am tempted to just reload this one real quick.
I need to be going.
Be safe.
I'd like to reload this because I want to know what he has to say. Because I feel that it's a little bit unfair on him. Like, if you find out, you know, about his origins that he doesn't know about, I feel like he should know about it.
Inquisitor, you haven't.
You haven't. I feel like you've been investigating my birth. I guess I'll just say I have the proof and not lie.
You're the child of Lady Bernice Lemarque.
I know who I am. Will you give me what you found, please? Honestly, Clara's intentions are good, but she is young and idealistic. Clara believes that being noble gives you power, freedom. She's wrong. It is just another cage. She told you the story of Lord Giraud Lemarque. The man turned his back on his only child and murdered her one true love for appearances. I don't want to be entangled in that. I don't want Clara in it. Do you understand?
Kind of do, right? I feel like I get what Clara's saying about nobility and money. And that can help us, but then nobility is fucking weird. And I feel like it's his choice, you know?
All right. Here's everything I found.
Thank you. This is best for everyone.
I need to be going.
I'll be here.
So he knows who he is. Interesting. That's quite a curious, like...
I'm standing because of you.
I'm not really sure, like, you know, whether there's a true proper choice about that one, you know? But at the same time, I feel like that was a decent choice. What we went for there. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to just put it all in Clara's hands and just say, all right, off you go. Have fun, you know? Because then stuff happens and he's like, well, wait a minute, guys. You've got me in a conundrum now. So that's that nobility done. We're now going to do a little bit of detective work over this way, so we can go get this camp, and we'll work our way through into this segment. White shadow. I camped beneath a large stone statue of a wolf not far off the road, with the calm eyes of the great beast watching over me. I slept like a babe in arms.
I am surprised you do not practice blood magic, Dorian. Is it not popular in Tevinter?
While we're sharing surprises, you've done a lot less dancing naked in the moonlight than I expected.
Tevinter lore about elves remains accurate as always.
I wanted to see you make flowers bloom with your song, just once.
Okay. Dorian and Solus don't like each other that much. They keep... Which is obviously completely understandable. Why aren't you dancing in the moonlight, boy? The Diary of Troilus Hertubis. The Great Mission, Day 1, arrived in the Emerald Graves and located the first instance of the Menace. Set up an observation area close by. This will allow for undisrupted study of the phenomenon. The Great Mission, Day 2. This particular example of the Menace seems far less active than the one in Lydes. It pulsates at a rate of a mere 427 times per hour. The sound of it here is a nagging drone as opposed to the frantic whistling of the first one in town. As I recall, Sister Euphorbia described the noise as similar to one heard when forcing air from a leaky bellows. The Great Mission Day 5. Ran out of Sister Euphorbia's honey loaves. Still have cheese, but spent yesterday foraging. Spotted another menace through the trees by the river. I can only describe it as stormy. It must be investigated further. For the mission to succeed, I must learn all I can. Okay. The Phantom Menace.
You want to set up camp?
Map of Elganon's Bastion. There will be 2 elves with arrows, with a door, and something between tree roots. We have so many maps, and I kind of put the maps away, and then I forget what is going to be in those maps as soon as I'm done. So that's great. I have crafted Dalish artifacts. A number of Dalish elders have asked for the Inquisition's help in recovering the elven artifacts that have been stolen by Orlesian deserters. Check that out. Dig on this. Yeah. Okay. Camp established. On our way to observing the menace. I find it funny that we have multiple quests going on at once, but we tend to just do the one that is most recent because it's kind of close by, and then I guess it's on the way to other stuff, so it works out, I suppose. What is this menace going to be, I wonder? Let us follow... Ooh. Acquired Prophet's Laurel. Seeds. What will this menace be, I wonder? I feel as though it will be some kind of demonic entity.
Let me get this straight, Solus. You're an apostate, neither Dalish nor city elf, who lived alone in the woods studying spirits.
Is that a problem for you?
No. You're a special and unique snowflake. You live the dream.
Okay. You're a special and unique snowflake. Okay. Seems as though Solus usually ends up being quite the key to unlocking chatty dialogue. It happened with Cole, and it's now happening with Dorian. They're giving each other crap, and Solus asked Iron Bull a question. Iron Bull and Dorian are not talking to each other. I've paired them together to try and see what they'll say to each other. I don't think they've said anything to each other, so that's fine. I'm trying to pair them together because Tevinter and the Canary are, they're at war. Maybe there'll be some cool dialogue there. But they seem to be refusing to acknowledge each other. We'll give it time. Like, there's bound to be something, I suppose. Iron Ball, can you give me a lift up here, please? I hate how the game's like, look at that. And I'm like, I can't. Because I can't get up there. Because the game hates me. Maybe if every surface didn't, there we go. Maybe if every surface didn't, act as if it was, covered in water, maybe I'd be able to climb up a little easier. Here we go. The Diary of Troilus Hertubus. Hertubus. Great Mission Day 6. The stormy menace makes noises like a provoked cat at intervals of 1 hour, 15 minutes. It is surrounded by 4 swirling wraith-like demons. It is I've named them Primus, Secundus, Tertius, and Dummy. The first 3 orbit the menace like patrolling guards. Dummy follows, but often pauses and heads in a different direction. Very occasionally, he twirls around like a lost man trying to find his bearings. The Great Mission, Day 8. Must be careful. A passing deer drew the attention of Dummy. For once, he demonstrated a tremendous purpose. Felt almost proud. That pride was quickly replaced by great distress, observing what followed. Deer should not bend that way. The Great Mission, Day 10. Another menace seen farther down the river. It seems in its infancy. No demons. I believe I have enough knowledge of the behavior of the menaces to attempt to destroy one. I will attempt this with the nascent menace. Caution is key. Alright. Search for the second river camp, which is now over by the other campsite. I guess we will make our way over there. A great bear. You know what I need for Dalish favor? Great bear pelts, baby. Hiya! Oh, fuck. Where is this place? Oh, and there's Brontos. We got Brontos and giants and a bear in a tree. I was expecting to come across our next giant in the Storm Coast. Oh my god, look how small the people are. Alright, let's get this bear. This is amazing. Oh my god, look at this bear. Look at this thing. Oh my god. And the giants are level 17. Nice. Oh, I got 4. For 4 for the price of 1. I just have to deliver them.
I noticed you used a nullification enchantment combined with an offensive attack.
The nullification disrupts any ambient magic lying about. Things then burn hotter.
Don't you then waste an inordinate amount of magic overcoming your own nullification?
Ah, no. I warp the veil slightly to affect distance between the spells.
Of course. Have you considered snapping the veil warp to enhance the relative energy?
Like cracking a whip. Yes, tried it once. Made my teeth taste funny.
Now they're getting along. They needed to hash out some teasing and some banter between them, and now they can get along. Okay, we've got Brontos here and Great Bears. Are Great Bears separate? Aha. They do be. And also the Arbor Blessing was a new one. Blessed by the vine in spring, I shall not fear the winter's sting. Arbor Blessing is a useful vine that is notoriously difficult to cultivate, as if it had a mind of its own. The wind often carries its minuscule seeds for great distances from the parent plant. It is hard to say what causes the seeds to sprout once they land. However, it has long been believed that comfort and abundance follow where Arbor Blessing goes. Perhaps the vine only chooses conditions that promote rich harvests from domesticated flora. Therefore, see Arbor Blessing in spring, and you shall not grow hungry in winter. Creatures. The Great Bear. The Orlesian Great Bear is so named because it is very large indeed. Other names for it include the colourful Old Man of the Forest and the less charming but more clearly descriptive Woodsman's Death. I am told that they are only found in remote parts of the Dales, and that not even the nobility is willing to hunt for them, which makes them unique among the rare, giant, deadly, exotic fauna of Thedas, the only thing the Orlesians are truly afraid of. Cool. We got landmarks everywhere. Valastalen. Elves have their heroes just as we do. They honor the Valastalen, life trees of these legendary figures. Planted in remembrance of those who dedicated their lives to the Dalish kingdom, these trees grew into a mighty wood, a testament to the elves' force at their height. Walk beneath the Valastalen with reverence. Remember that each of them once had a name. The Dalish believe Mathaleen was the first of the Emerald Knights and the first to hold Evanura, the Blade of Honor, forged in Hallam Sharal for his hand. Cool. Bronto! It's so heavily armored! Get it! Nice. I think that was our first Bronto. Yes, it was. It was our first Bronto. Because I think there was a creature that I thought was a Bronto, and it wasn't. And there it is. We finally got one. There are only two things a noble will step aside for: paragons and angry Brontos. Dwarven saying. The Dwarven Shaperit originally bred this hulking beast as a beast of burden and food source. The rough equivalent of surface oxen and cows. Some versions of the Bronto have even been developed as dwarven mounts, valued more for sure-footedness and stamina than speed. While present in Orzammar in large numbers, some Brontos still exist in packs in the deep roads, having returned to a wild state after the fall of the Dwarven kingdoms. They require remarkably little sustenance, absorbing nutrients from water, fungus, and even rocks, hence the rock liquor appellation many dwarves use to describe Brontos, and exist primarily in a dormant state until provoked. An angry, charging Bronto is considered a rather dangerous opponent. Time to slay our first giant, though? This is exciting. Oh my god, this is a landmark everywhere. Landmark. Valastalen. Tanaleth was a smith and the High Keeper of Dune. She spent her years rediscovering the arts of Arlathan. Arlathan. It's been a while since we've had that one come through again. I remember, I think I kept saying it now I've forgotten. I think I used to say it Arlathan. But then I think in the game it's pronounced Arlathan. Oh my god. So many different ways you can pronounce words. Tomato, tomato. Vaharel conquered the human city of Montsemard. Oh, there's just giants fighting Red Templars as well. While I'm claiming trees for myself. Briathos protected the Dales from human incursion. When humans sent missionaries and Templars, he turned them away. Just collecting that sweet lore.
We've been scouting the region,
Oh,
Your Worship.
dragon. I'm like, what the fuck?
Here you may find useful.
Thank you. I'm like listening out and I'm thinking that's giant's footsteps, but it's dragon wings. Sulan was Mathaline's squire. He walked always with a wolf at his side. Dude, the fact that... Oh. The fact that that Red Templar behemoth is taking on 2 of them. Alright, let's go for this giant. We'll take 1 on our own here. Oh my god, it jumps. Has it got 1 eye? Oh, it's like a huge cyclops, but it's got like a mammoth. Mammoth tusks, dude. I've been stepped on. Cool design. I love the arrows in its back. Boom. There he goes. Yeah. We got some stuff. It's definitely giant. It lives up to its name. Oh, that Red Templar behemoth.
I can't believe you entered the Fade. Physically.
You think that is an achievement of which to be proud?
It's the 2nd time that's been done in all of history. That's not nothing, Solus.
In all of human history?
The Fade is still a mystery to us humans, yes. Probably always will be.
Perhaps it's best it remain that way.
Interesting talk, guys. I like that they're addressing stuff that we did. Alright, I guess I'm taking on multiple. Good thing we don't have both of them. Oh, hang on. Oh, and the Bronto. Oh, no. And there's a giant just still standing there. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Look at how slow they're charging me. Oh, God. Look at how slow they're charging me. Oh! Ouch! Oh, that giant fell quite quickly. Ow. The Bronto's charge is so slow. Okay, hello, in the air. Get melted. What the fuck? Amazing. And there's a dragon flying around. And there's another giant waiting for us. Dude, the actual fear of a dragon. Amazing. Look at all these landmarks. Yeah. Lindirane was the last to hold the blade ever nearer. When with her fell the Dales, the sword was lost.
Perhaps we should search about a bit.
Oh, shit. I got the sword. I have sword. I have sword. Forged by the High Keeper of June, god of the craft, after the elven homeland's creation in the Dales, this sword passed from the first Emerald Knight, Mathaline, to his squire, Sulan, after the boy saved him in battle. The last Emerald Knight to wield it was Lindirane, who fell in the Second Exalted March's final battle. Unique sword. Nice. Pretty cool, mate. Pretty fucking cool. Hello there. Oh. Here it is. Maybe we can bypass this giant. Dalish revere Elnora for her tireless work reviving the magical arts of lost Arlathan. Let's try and sidestep it. Oh, hang on, there's another one over there, but it's broken. Ready? Look at this stealth. Oh, that doesn't count? Alright. It's not a landmark, but it's got the stuff. It's just been knocked down. I wonder if that's intentional. Ralafaran was a great lord of Elven Harlem Sharal. The Ralafaran tribe existing today believes they descend from him. Look at this exploration. Is there another one over here?
Hey, Solus, you ever do your fade thing and pretend you can fly? Just flap your arms and zip around in there, maybe bang some hot fade ladies?
No. Such behavior attracts the attention of demons.
Ah! Demons shit up everything.
Bang some fade ladies? Oh my god. No, you can't do it. Demons will hate you. Kalmar was Elnora's apprentice and first, and a friend to the Hala. We have a rift nearby, and this will take us into this spot. We've got unfinished business with Cassandra. I think we've got her at quite a high approval, so I think we're okay. We're getting sidetracked, and I'm supposed to be heading this way, though. We definitely got a little excited when we just started seeing a giant encampment, so we'll let's get back on track before we head out that way. We must search for the second river camp instead. I think the fix that we needed was just putting the timer down to between 2 to 5 minutes instead of 3 to 7, because that seems to trigger at a healthier pace, which is very nice. So I think that was just solving our issue, because like it was working on 3 to 7 if we did absolutely nothing, but I think we just kept doing stuff, you know, that would cut it off. But luckily, I think 2 to 5 seems to be a sweet spot. Again, I wish everything wasn't so slippery. I wish our Inquisitor could like add a little bit of oomph, get some climbing boots or something, you know? I've always got to go the long way around. What am I even looking for? Oh, don't fall down. Okay, I'm stuck. Awesome. Who put this here? I'll just be someone else. Great, I'm up here. And now I'm down here. Okay, awesome. Who would, in their right mind, put an item up here and put a fucking death hole that you can fall in? Behind a bush, no less. This feels cruel. Map of Watcher's Pass. Oh, Bianca's Arms 4 and a superb belt of health. I'll take that. That was one of the maps. I don't know which one, but it was one of them. More Red Templars. You're stealing my Great Bear kill. That's my loot, fellas.
You've got an odd style, Solus. Your spells are a bit different from the Circle Mages, or the Vince.
That comes from being self-taught. I discovered most magic on my own, or learned it from my journeys in the Fade.
I've seen self-taught warriors. Even the good ones have something awkward in their style. Something that clunks. I don't get that from you. Maybe magic is different.
Or, without magical training, you cannot notice the parts of my magic that clunk.
You cannot notice the parts of my magic that clunk. Oh, where's the body? A final Bloodsmeared entry written in a shaky scroll. The Great Mission. Final test. Learned so much since that first day on that ridge. Thought I knew enough to try to interact with a menace, to touch it. This didn't go well. Instruments did nothing. Didn't affect menace at all. We were all doomed. Just gonna lie here for a while.
Looks like he crawled back from the rift.
Ouchie. Are you ready for another connect the dots? I am. Like it's a pinwheel? Like a little paper little pinwheel? Or a really bad ninja star? Alright, where do we start? I feel like it has to... Ooh, I feel like it has to end on the left-hand side. Oh, that's... Ooh. Oh, it's like a star. Solium. Oh, the sun. The sun is a star. I am correct. But it's not a pinwheel, and it's not a bad ninja star. I also had to draw the outline, then fill it in. There you go. There are two common interpretations regarding the history behind the constellation Solium, commonly referred to as the sun. The first is that it represents the fascination of early peoples, such as the Nerimenians, predecessors to the ancient Tevinter Imperium, with all objects in the sky, the sun and moon in particular. Indeed, many believe proper depiction of Solium is as both. The second interpretation is that this constellation originally represented Elganan, the head of the Elven pantheon, who was also known as Eldest of the Sun. Modern scholars do not know which, if either, is truth. We don't know, dude. We don't know. And all of them now point to there. It has revealed a cave. Here it is. You can open that bad boy up and see what secrets it holds.
A place to set up camp, perhaps?
Yes, and also a place to change our party, perhaps. We are going to switch people around. I feel like Solus has had his banter. So I'm going to take him out, and instead we will put in Cole, and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
Someone help!
Cole, you saw Corypheus when he attacked Haven. What was your read on him?
Fear inside, blackness like a pool of hate. So much has changed. I need to stop it. Bend it to my will.
Did he actually walk into the Black City? Is that true?
Betrayal, blurred at the edges like a faded painting too long ago. So much confusion.
I'll take that as a maybe.
There were people trying to kill me. That makes it harder.
Huh. Very interesting. Addressing the Corypheus at Haven. Again, we bring in a new person into the squad, and they interact with him. But they don't interact with each other. Dude, is it really like a situation where it's, you know, a Canary and a Tevintarian just not liking each other, so they just don't talk with each other because they just not talking? Just not talking. Wow, look at this. Oh my god. Wow. Whoa! Investigate the fatal fall. Oh, pretty flowers. I feel like I've found the cause of death, everybody. Pretty flowers. Oops, took a tumble. I can't believe I almost just did that. Better's travel journal. I don't want to go to Ferelden. I have to leave everything. My paintings, the cat, and worst of all, Mother's little garden. It's been such a comfort to me since her passing. I don't know what I'll do, but Liesel has little Vest to think about, and the war threatens to consume more of Orlais every day. The cat had her kittens the day we left. Make her look after her. I cannot. We couldn't even take a little one for Vess, even though he begged. They were too small. They would have died without their mother. I'm so tired. We spotted a house in the forest, abandoned. There is a roof and some hay, and Liesel agrees that we can stay here for a day or two to recover. Liesel and Vess have been gone a long time. I haven't seen them in days. Mother made a bed for them upstairs, and I suppose Vess is still young. Young ones need their sleep. So good to have Mother with us on this long journey. She always knows what to do. The day it rained. It rained today. Mother and I played a hiding game in the house. I found Liesel. She didn't like it when I found her. She was screaming about Vess. I looked at what I wrote before, and I guess there is a Vess? I think he's our dog? Mother told Liesel to be quiet. She was ruining the game. Waterfall night. Mother says I bore her. She's just sick again, like she was back home. I didn't tend to her well then. She got sicker because of me. Not this time. I asked her what she needed. She says there is a waterfall close by and a wild crystal grace shrub growing by its edge. She wants me to get rose hips for her tea. Whoa. Murdered by the mother? Mother was like, hey, go and get me some flowers, pushed her over the edge. I was joking. I was joking when I almost fell off. Okay. I guess that's it then. Either tripped and fell on her shears, or Leslie Tiller was fucking murdered. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable, mate. Let's continue heading off into this direction. We have things to do.
I hope it doesn't bother you to travel alongside a Vint, Iron Bull.
That what you are? You people all kinda look the same to me.
I'm also a mage. Would you prefer me bound and leashed?
I'd buy you dinner first.
Hopefully before you sewed my mouth shut.
Depends how much you keep yapping.
The goddamn sass on that one. The flirting while also taking shots at how they treat each other. Oh, I waited so long for that. It was very satisfying. That's the first time that they've spoken. Like it's taken that long because they introduce each other. Hey, I'm a Vint. Is that all right? Because they leash their mages and sew their mouths shut. I remember that mission from Dragon Age 2. It was pretty fucking tragic. I would buy you dinner first. Good. That's what we were waiting for. They spoke. They spoke. Alright, we've got to level up. Let's continue to level up the Night Enchanted Tree so I can get to Resurgence. Hopefully. Alright, and now we make our way over this way. Look at this. Can we... Oh, Chateau d'Ontaire. We don't have anything pushing us in that direction yet, so I feel like it's more than likely there will be a quest there. If not, we'll go there on our own terms, but it feels like there'll eventually be a quest. I'm trying to be smart about it, because we could just easily end up in another situation where we go there and then the game goes... wow, congratulations on going there. What if we just made you go back there again another time for a quest? So we'll just save it. That giant is just staring us down from the bushes. Oh! Alright, quick, stealth. Oh, it's a giant. Is this a giant's nest? For lack of a better word. What do we got? Bottle of Thetis. McKay's Epic Single Malt. This whiskey is older than the maker and smoother than Elven Baby Butt. More Solus's Dome. Nice. Alright, we pissed off. Yeah, we're in its home. Oh! Oh, work on that throw, mate. Weak sauce. That jump, however, well done. Well done on that jump. Well, Cole just died. Gotcha. Cole's going in. Where's Cole gone? Can I see him? I see Dorian. I can't even see Bull. I'm just gonna cast it here. It worked. They were right in his ass. Die! Big boys, aren't they? It's a shame that they don't really have good stuff on them. They just got a lot of crap. Giants do be picking up shit. They ain't no dragons, I'll tell you that much. I think Emerald Graves is potentially one of the much more larger areas in the game. It's got a lot of regions to discover.
It's one of the mages Cassandra is after.
Not for long.
Cassandra will be relieved.
Cassandra telepathically.
I like your horns, the Iron Bull. But they're dragon horns, not bull horns. You could have named yourself the Iron Dragon.
Oh. Shit. That would have been better.
Dude, I fucking love Bull, man. Like, oh shit, that would have been better. Oh, that's incredible. God damn it. So good.
There was a lady in the tower. She cried, but no one heard.
Like around here? Oh, up here? There's a lady in the tower. She cried, but no one heard. Make an environmental commentary call. Rapunzel, Rapunzel. Oh god. My legs. I really need to return to camp. My shins are splintered. Alright, oh, that is a giant. That is... Of course, there is a giant by my smugglers. I'm just gonna pop in here, mate. You just keep beating up them smugglers. I'm gonna have a read. Letter to smugglers' wagon masters. Among the papers taken from the red lyrium smugglers in the Dales is a note from the ringleader to his lieutenants. Beware that red lyrium. Our mage claims it's much more potent than the blue, like serving brandy in an ale tankard, he said. 2 nights later, he went crazy, throwing and screaming. We had to lock him in the warehouse. Looks like lyrium madness, but comes on faster. It's not all bad. Our new client, Samson, has his agents buying anyone who gets sick for gold. When they bought the mage, I asked why. Samson's people said to make something better of him. For what they're paying, he must have something bloody spectacular lined up. Have the men be extra careful around the crates. Tell me if you come down sick. Keep the wire to yourselves.
Another letter mentioning Samson, and papers with names. Cullen could use this.
Yes, he could. Now let's go scatter some ashes.
Barman laughs, slides the drink over. Tankard in view the whole time, no chance poison was added. Blade at his waist, club under the bar. Moves with training, mercenary or guard. Use that if I have to.
Yeah, I go for the shoulder. A shot he trained to take on the armor. But since he's a barman now, and not a merc, he bleeds, flinches, and I trap the arm and break his neck.
Why the Iron Bull?
I didn't do it, kid. It was just idle thought in case it came up.
Do you think about how to kill everyone you meet?
Do you not?
How could I kill this guy? That's cool. They have... this is a good trio, this one. This is a great trio. There is a dragon around here. But I have a feeling it might be a little too tough for us because we're in areas that mostly have level, like, kind of 20-ish enemies. Yeah, we're in, like, level 20-ish territory, and I think if the dragon is supposed to be the peak element of this whole routine, might be pretty bad. Chasing sackmead, a brutishly strong honey liquor reminiscent of warm summer days, apple blossoms in the wind, with an unexpected aftertaste of father going off to war, never to return. Bitter, to say the least. These appear to be scribbled notes of a scholar named Owen Cavey. The elements have ruined most of the writing. How many times have I sought information on the Dalish, only to find that it is, once again, a tale told by Keeper Gasharl of the Ralaferran clan. We can't have one keeper from years ago be our sole source of knowledge on the Dalish. There must be other voices in the Dalish clans, other perspectives that the elves cannot all be as hostile as most would. A dark smear obscures the writing. Conclude that it is our prejudice speaking when we repeat these damaging untruths. When I return, the university will finally acknowledge my contributions to Thedosian history. Ferdinand Genetives, step aside. Remarkably difficult to locate and walking in circles, but take heart, Irwine. This is all for a good cause. There must be someone in this forest who can point me to the Dalish. I'll ask the next person I come across. And it was a dragon called Greater Mistral. That's level 17. Okay. Level 17. I'll come back for it because we've got to scatter these ashes and I only have one health potion to my name, so... Why is its health bar green now? Alright, let's go scatter these ashes. Throw them off. Look at that. And then we jump off. Why won't it let me... Oh, I'm in battle. Is it because I've targeted the dragon? Alright, there we go.
This should stop the ash wraiths from returning, hopefully.
It was good to do that.
Not even an animation of me, like, going, oh, like I just stand there. It is done. Look at that showmanship. Okay, look at that. There's definitely going to be more quests to find here. Like, you can find, like, notes and bodies and stuff like that. So I'm sure there's going to be more things. However, we do not have time to roam the land right now because we're going to open up this Astrarium door, and then that's going to be it. And that's some pretty good Emerald Graves adventuring, I think. So let's go see what loot we can get in the Astrarium cave place thing. Then we'll wrap it up.
Must grind your gristle the Elder One is some crazy Vint asshole, huh?
I'm not thrilled to discover we should take those old legends at face value.
Guess he thinks the modern Imperium is a real letdown, too.
Why wouldn't he? Tevinter once covered all Thedas, its glory only matched by its depravity. It'd be like Cullen showing up and learning the Canary didn't conquer the world after all.
Yes. Priesthood's been trying to explain that one for centuries.
They've got some good banter now that they're finally talking. God damn. Alright, in we go. What is our reward for solving the... Connect the dots. What is... Triangle chests. Well, pyramid chests, but... Look, if we want to get technical, don't come to this channel, right? I just call them like I see them. Pointy chests, guys. Alright, we got a couple of rare looking items. Let's have a look. We got the Maul of Tacitus. Tacitus Valerius served as imperator of the Tevinter legions for all of the blood-soaked reign of Archon Tydarian. It was rumored that the maul he carried had broken so many priests of the old gods that their blood forever fused it with their spite so that no one should ever stand before the weapon that had felled them. Nice. And then we got Death Ward. The staff is marked with symbols that loosely translate to ever forward, ever deathward. It was the motto of a Mortalitasi sect that saw popularity during the formative years of the Navaran fascination with death. Its members are said to be the first, though whether in research or in application is lost to history. Cool. I like the legendary weapons and the flavor text that we get. It's very neat. Let's head on back to Skyhold after we did that. I know I said it would be the end of the episode, but then I also remembered that we got those smuggler letters, so psych. Let's go take the smuggler letters to Cullen, and then we'll have a look at the operation table, because we've got some things to do. And then we'll end it. Oh, look at that. Look at that lovely webcam. Making me look like a glitchy robot. Dragon Age Inquisition just single-handedly doing this to my PC with a hammer in between loading screens. Inquisitor. Okay, I've nailed the timing, dude. I've nailed the timing of her saying that. Oh man, okay. That's good. That's when you know you've run through these halls one too many times. Inquisitor. Alright, let's have a look. Draw out the Red Templar Lieutenant. An urgent dispatch from the Emerald Graves. Inquisitor, the Red Templar Lieutenant, has agreed to a rendezvous at the Lion's Pavilion. He will not remain long. Make haste. Weaver. Okay, well, I mean, there you go. I've got to go back to the Emerald Graves for that. Manage the stolen Freeman property. Thanks to you and the help of Inquisition reinforcements, order is returning to the Dales. The Freemen are clearing out, leaving behind their camps and all the valuables they stole from the noble homes here. Perhaps the Inquisition has plans for what we've recovered. Your ally, Fairbanks. The assets of nobles often have more than intrinsic worth. Somewhere in that clutter we will find an advantage, something to hold over someone else. I say we use it as bait in one form or another to see who bites. I say we seize the Freemen's ill-gotten gains and put it to good use for the Inquisition, begin by reinforcing Fairbanks' new camp, turn it into a base of operations that can be used by our own soldiers, and the Freemen's amassed fortune came from abandoned noble mansions. Returning everything to its rightful owners will earn us significant goodwill. I kind of like this one. I don't know. It's like the anti-Robin Hood, though, isn't it? You know, you steal from the rich and you give back to the same rich that it was taken from. It is the anti-Robin Hood. I feel like we're gonna do Cullen's. Let's reinforce the camp, right? But does he want that? Here's the thing, right? This is where it feels very much we make the choices and everyone has to deal with it. And it's like, does Fairbanks get a vote on if we get to, you know, if he wants a base of operations? I'm sure he might be grateful for the protection. But, like, that's what they say. Oh, we're moving in to protect you. But we're really going to just use this place. That's the vibe that it gives me, you know what I mean?
At your service.
Anti-Robin Hood. Give back to the rich. Support from the Vara, letter delivered to Skyhold. First, allow me to compliment the Inquisition's many victories on behalf of the Forsythia family. While Southern Thedas has seen the worst of it, we recognize that recent tragedies concern us all. Your Inquisitor's work in sealing the rifts and stabilizing the South has lessened troubles here as well. the Forsythia House would lend its support to the Inquisition. We would be happy to meet with your representatives to make it official. Tyrion Veneto, on behalf of Her Grace Duchess Amalia. A missive from Josephine follows the letter. Forsythias are one of the great noble houses in Navarra. While other noble families are divided between those who support the Pentagast line and those who would see new blood on the throne, the Forsythias have remained politically neutral. I doubt the Forsythias' offer is entirely altruistic. There are advantages to aligning with a powerful, far-reaching institution. Nevertheless, accepting their support gives us allies in Navarra without making a significant political statement. They might be more generous if they knew we had certain information on them. Approach from a position of strength, send a personal guard, and let's keep the visit friendly. Send a few representatives can discuss the form their support will take. Well, I've only got these two. Let's just have Liliana be a little bit sneaky about it.
Inquisitor.
Ooh, we've got information on you. Remember those nude portraits that you took? We're gonna leak them. Okay, there you go. No other operations that aren't resource gathering, so that's fine. We're gonna go talk to Cullen, and we haven't spoken properly to Liliana in a little while either. I kind of forget about that because the last few times we tried to speak to her, there was nothing new, and then I realized that I just kind of forgot about Liliana all the way up in her little crow's nest. Inquisitor. So let's run up here while we are nearby. I'll slowly pick up all of my pieces. I'll talk to the other people soon as well. So there's a bunch of people here. Everyone wants to talk to the Inquisitor. Alright, have you got anything new for me this time? Yes. I mean, it has been some time.
Inquisitor. I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor? Demons tore her from me. I couldn't stop them. So you had no time to think, only to act. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did you say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember. I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it. There are no answers in the Fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
I can understand how that would be, like, significantly hard to process, especially with what she's been through, and then how she popped up in Dragon Age 2 with the same thing.
You've joined a fellowship with a distinguished history. Knight enchanters have long served the divine.
Oh.
Alas, we are lacking one at the moment. Indeed. Sorry.
It's all right. I was thinking it even as you said it. No matter, you have chosen well, and are in good company. I had friends who were knight enchanters, who served at Justinia's side, who died with her. It's good to see new mages keeping this flame alive.
Turn around! Talk to me.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
I'll leave you to your work.
Okay, so it was the one cutscene follow-up on the Knight Enchanter thing? Which makes sense. And then the follow-up on Justinia from was it? The abyss. Here lies the abyss. Cullen. What are you about to do? Okay. I'm like, don't jump.
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
God, I was just like, wait, what are you doing? Don't be contemplating anything, sir. Step away from the edge. Are you doing okay with not taking lyrium?
I trust you're feeling better?
Yes.
Is it always that bad?
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes I feel as if I'm back there. I should not have pushed myself so far that day.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am. I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was... not myself after that. I was angry. For years, that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
Sometimes I wish that you could, say the flirting options, because this is like, or like not the flirting, but you know, the love, flirting, relationship stuff. Sometimes I wish you could say those things, but not in a like romantical sense, you know? Sometimes you just want to love them as a friend, you know? And you want to say, I care about you, brother, you know? Sometimes you say, you're a good guy, you're like a brother to me, and I care about you. Instead of going, I care about you, you know? I wish that, you know. When can we add the platonic care about you? The platonic love. Where's that? It's either friendship, hatred, or, love. You kind of platonic love, man. This guy is too hard on himself. I'm just... okay. I just know that comes with subtext, so I can't say it. As much as I want to. Like, I feel like I just want to say it to him. But I can't.
The past isn't always pleasant. Sometimes you have to let go and move on.
I can't forget what happened, but it led me here. I can make that mean something. Anyway, I meant to thank you, not trouble you further. You've enough to worry about. How are you holding up?
My friends are my power.
I've met good people here. Knowing they have my back, it helps.
You certainly keep interesting company. I suppose I do as well.
That's a great cutscene. Now, boy, where have you taken me? Where are we? Sir, I'm so far away from your office. Why couldn't you just be like just outside of your house? I gotta run all the way back now? God, I can't believe this place is still a dump. Could be someone's bedroom. He's really making me run all the way back here. He could have been on any one of these. He really went for a fucking walk. And this place is in shambles. Okay. I'm in. Can you let me walk forward, please? Thank you. Sir, your report, sir.
The smugglers we interrogated gave up the Red Templar's main source of red lyrium, Inquisitor. It's located in the Dales, near a town called Sarnia. Destroying the mine there will cripple Samson's operations.
Let's go.
Samson will have to cut back on his share if there's less red lyrium to go around.
I would be very surprised if he could muster the discipline.
Raid, Sarnia, Quarry. There you go. Jolly good show. We have things to do. and we will be doing them next time. Thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. It's been a great time in the Emerald Graves. We've still got a couple more things to do there, but we've been making some significant headway through the inner circle. We're almost done, right? So we're going to raid Sarnia Quarry. We'll go back and do this Puppet Master thing, defeat Carol, and collect the last ones, and then we should be good to proceed with a main quest, and then go back out into the world once again and do some other things. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time.